Hey guys, namaste. Sky Goddess here, Hekaté. So I was like, guys, don't cuss me out. Don't cuss me out. Why I be always like waiting until I'm exhausted to do these videos. Anyways, I be doing other stuff. Um, so many other stuff. Yeah. So anyways, I kind of want to, Spirit's bringing up Johnny Depp's energies before me. Spirit wants me to speak on his behalf, speak on his situation here. Oh, normally I wouldn't touch on topics that are like buzzing, taking center stage, you know, stuff like that. It's not my thing to jump bandwagons and stuff like that. It's not my energy. That's not me. But Spirit has been constantly bringing him to the forefront of my consciousness, because Spirit wants me to transmute messages and messages in regards to his case. Now, I don't know if you I don't remember if I mentioned this in one of these videos. Yeah, I did. About me and Spirit working, me and some primordial beings working together on some cases, and I suppose these are them. And dealing with I was like watching a video a while ago, and oh my god, I'm sorry guys. Yeah, I'm ready to sleep now. I need to take a rest. I was watching a video in regards to Johnny Depp's trial, in regards to Amber Heard defaming his character, a defamation of character case against Amber Heard, his ex-wife. And I'm gonna just be real, because like I was just I was looking at her. When I look at people, because I tell people, a lot of people, they get a very, the truth is, I don't want to sound jumbled. A lot of times people, they look at you, and on one of my TikTok accounts, I be encouraging people, and at all times I be encouraging people, you have to discover yourselves and know who you are. People are too busy trying to live up to status quos and stuff like that, not trying to discover who they really are, tapping into self-awareness and stuff like that frequency of self-awareness, discovering who they are, because they're too busy trying to keep up with the Joneses, and matching status quos and stuff like that they don't get to discover who they really are. And when you don't get to discover who you really are, then all kinds of people, they tell you who you are based off of who they are, and that's sad. So it's important to discover yourself. And for me, a part of discovering myself was me realizing I'm super gifted in more ways than one. And I can literally look at somebody and just, I don't have to talk to you. You don't have to say a word to me. You don't have, and maybe that's why I'm such a hermit, because I see people, and even before they even open their mouths to me, I know who they are. And I'd be like, because like I am, I am literal but figurative. There's that balance. And what do I mean? Okay, for me, I take the word friend literal. You are not allowed to betray me in any way, shape, or form because I will not do that to you. Okay? Now, in that sense, I take those words in their, I take their definitions to a literal extent, which that's not bad. People who have bad intentions are going to tell you, oh, nobody's perfect. But if you constantly bear in mind how you want to be treated in regards to how you treat everybody, being fair, which is why people consider perfection being perfect. You see how toxic, this collective is? Being fair is considered being perfect. Okay. And so people, they fuck up in their relationships with you, but you're not supposed to fuck up. Makes no fucking sense. And so because I want authenticity, I want that agape love, I want fairness, I don't want to be betrayed. I try my utmost best, and it does work. Because what? I mind my own fucking business. Because when you focusing on other people and you're not focusing on you and your own connections, then that's where you fuck up. That's when you start to covet your neighbor's shit, your relatives' shit, your family members' shit, your friends' shit. And then the betrayal begins. Okay, so focus on yourself and your connections and leave everything else alone. If you're gonna pay somebody else's mind, it is supposed to be for their highest good, helping them and not trying to disadvantage them. Okay? And that's not hard. Discipline, that's what it takes. And I am figurative in the sense in which for me, beauty isn't constant. Beauty is not a constant. For me, I don't I don't think to myself, oh, my spouse gotta look a certain way. Well, I don't like short guys. That's for one. That's just not really. They're not really attractive to me. And I don't like fat. I just don't like fat. It's just my natal chart. It's just me. Fat, it just seems nasty to me. And that doesn't mean that I put down people who are fat. I don't go around calling people fat bitches. Like, the way in which, people have disrespected me and called me skinny bitch. Said all kinds of shit about me. Maga gyal. You look sick, dry up and shit. I don't go around and say, oh, fat bitch. Fat, nasty, sweaty, frownsy bitch. I don't do that. But at the end of the day, I still have my preference. I don't like fat. It's just my nature. I'm not a fat person, and I don't like fat. I don't like fat, and I'm not a fat person. I'm not putting on people who are fat. Some people, they love fat. Fat is attractive for them. We're all different. And that's why I don't go around bashing people who are fat, because I understand frequencies and energies. We're all different. You feel what I'm trying to say? We can't all be the same. I mean, the colors of the rainbow are different. The plants are different. The animals are different. Hell, colors are different. Color is variation. Dual. Okay? So to be really intellectual or wise is to be accepting of variation. Because for everything to be the same is rather dull, and dull equates to dunce and stupid and shallow. But there's depth to life. Okay, there's variation. But so for me, whilst I don't like my men fat or short, um there are boundaries, and there are also there's flexibility and there's rigidity, if you get what I mean. Okay, there's balance. So I do have certain preferences, but I am I am not, how would I describe my my preference for men? I'm not stuck on a certain type, in the sense that they don't have to be really really tall. I really like really tall guys, but they don't gotta be really really tall. Even if it's just an inch taller than me, I would accept that, you know. And even if he's like, kind of athletic or something, not really lean, because lean is what I prefer, like lean, slim, you know, I would, accept. And, because like I don't like my men buff. Like you see these guys who go to the gym and they look really buff, and I don't, but you see, for some women, oh God, my God, those are like the ideal man for them. Like there's no other type of man for some women, and that's their preference. But I like my men lean, natural muscles, not gym muscles. You feel me? Yeah. So that's just me. I don't go for these bulky guys, and but so I would say I've got somewhat a balanced perspective, but of course that's my opinion of myself, and I'm allowed to have that of myself. We're allowed to have our own opinions of ourselves, which is what I mentioned earlier in repping self-awareness and stuff like that. um so I was looking at Amber Heard and the videos of her in court, and I don't know that girl. Like, I only heard that Johnny Depp got married because of the divorce, to be honest. And like I said, I don't follow these celebrities. I don't, I don't read about them. I don't look them up and to know what's going on in their lives. That's not what I think I do. I don't do that shit. A lot of times shit that I know about them is like I open social media and I see stuff pop up in the home pages. You don't have to have been searching about certain things. They just pretty much push things out there at you, like they're forcing you to read about certain things or about certain people, or on social media, YouTube, TikTok, wherever, you hear people talking about them. But of course everything is synchronistic. Spirit wanted me to hear, and because Spirit wants me to tap in and deal with this situation, from a balanced perspective, a physical and a spiritual perspective, a figurative and a literal perspective. Okay, and close the case. Okay, I said me and Spirit were working together on cases. And a part of my life purpose is to, I don't remember if I mentioned this before to you guys. I know I mentioned it on other platforms and other accounts, but a part of my life purpose is to tap into, or to resolve unethical situations and circumstances. Like, a lot of times it's gonna be where these big shot wealthy people are concerned, and sometimes it's gonna be where, yeah, it's gonna be a situation of like this situation, Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, where in which people would so readily think that he is the abuser, because maybe he seems like this bad boy, like bust somebody's face open. And that's why you gotta have your third eye open, because you cannot look at life from a physical perspective. You just cannot. Because if you do that, you're gonna fuck up people's lives and fuck up your own. You just cannot. It's not wise, it's not advised to do so. So, yeah. She's a liar, she's manipulative, she's narcissistic. You have women who are really being abused, and then you have toxic bitches like Amber Heard who, plays victim, yeah, and tries to take advantage of the quote unquote uh, sympathy or love or support that women who are actually being abused. And that is so cold. When I looked at that bitch's face, I don't know that bitch, but I don't like that fucking bitch. Okay? And a lot of these women, let me tell you something. It's so sad because it's like the real women who are being abused and need justice aren't getting justice. And that's why Spirit's working with me on these cases, because let me tell you, you got some of these nasty bitches. Narcissistic. These bitches are narcs. You think only men are narcissistic? You got woman narcissists. And let me tell you something. A woman narcissist, most of the time, is worse than a man narcissist, because they play on the sensitivity of society towards women, and that is so bad. And it's like a double-edged sword. Let me tell you why. Because one, they destroy the reputation of good men who know how to walk away from a fight and who do not support abusing women. They will always walk away. They destroy those men, because like for some of these men, it's like, I should have fucked that bitch up. Like, she'd be like telling people, I did this and that didn't happen, I should have. And so they subconsciously fuck up the mentality and psyche of the good men. So that's one edge of the sword. The other edge is when they're found out to be fucking liars and narcissists, you know what happens? They make it bad, double bad, for the rest of the feminine collective. And so you find that even when us women are being honest about abusive situations, you find that it's going to be super harder for women to be to receive support. And because of that, it's going to be a lot of women are going to start retreating from coming forward with their stories and their experiences of domestic violence and being in abusive situations, because of society's hesitancy to support them, because of these toxic ass narcissistic bitches who are being found out. So that's that double-edged sword right there. And that's why women who are found out to be aggressors in these quote-unquote abusive situations, they should be sentenced. They should get jail time. That's a felony. That's horrible. When they start doing that shit now, on some 4.0, 5.0 kind of scale, then you'll find bitches be super hesitant of playing that narcissistic role and lying. So the women who are going to be coming forward, they're going to know that they better not play and make no jokes. The women who are going to be coming forward are going to definitely, authentically be victims of domestic violence or, abusive relationships. Because they're going to know that if they're found out, it's not going to be a joke. And based on what we know, the truth always comes out. People are going to learn that more and more during the age of Aquarius, sudden justice. It's not time to play around. It's not time to lie. It's not time to, uh, play the role of a manipulator. It's not the time for that. It's not going to fly. It's not going to work. Soon and suddenly you're going to be exposed. It's the time of truthfulness, of enlightenment, exposure, also sudden exposure, honesty. It's not time for liars. It's not time for illusions. It's not time for deception. If you about that way of life or that mindset, it's not your time. The age of Aquarius is not for you. It's 1,000 years, and a 1,000 years, that's not for fucking you. That could be pun intended. Yeah, there. Well, that could be a pun. That's definitely a pun, and I think I intend that. Okay. Yeah, it's not time to fuck with you on all scales and levels. No fucking with you. So she has a nasty aura. I literally wanted to barf or scream. She has an aura of somebody who, if you have no self-control, you literally punch her in her fucking face. She has the aura of yeah, she's that stanky of a bitch. You know those nasty attitude kind of bitches who, I'm not talking about, like, for example, me, who, I don't love people, but I love people, if you get what I mean. Okay, wait. How do I phrase this? I don't like people, but I love people. Or do I say I don't love people, but I like... No, I don't like people. I was actually saying it correctly. I don't like people, but I love people. The smart people. You know what I mean. Okay? It's not like that. No, she's not that kind of bitch. She's the kind of bitch who don't like people, and she don't motherfucking love people either. She's toxic. She is a user. She's an opportunistic bitch. She is just cruel. She's cold. When you look at, if you can read energies any at all, when you look at her energies in the court, you can literally see that she's like, she's trying so hard to cast an illusion, but it's not that age of casting illusions. Thank God to blood clot the age of Pisces done and gone with the pussy clot. I'm telling you. Thank God. No more illusions. Clarity. Clear cutting Aquarian, Queen of Swords, clarity. Ace of Swords, clarity. No more of that bullshit. That's why religion is fading, because that too was a part of the illusion. Stage of enlightenment now. Truth and clarity. That bitch, literally, if I could punch her through the phone, I would punch her through the fucking phone. I punched her so many times in her fucking face, using my eyes. Or spiritually. I spiritually bitch slapped her and punched her in her face so many times, just looking at her. I could just literally see that she has orchestrated the whole thing. And that's what's so despicable about her nature. And you got people like that, many people like that, who they go out of their way to destroy your reputation. Like, what did you even do, bitch? What did I even do that, bitch? Misery loves company. That's what it is. That's what it is. It just saw 2444. Yeah. Thank you, Spirit. He gonna be alright. Johnny Depp, he gonna be alright. That's what he gonna be all right. Everything is good. I hope he don't kill himself though. He's got such a sensitive nature. I be telling you guys, listen, don't you see a lot of the people who you think are a certain way are not. And that's why you need to open your third eye. Get your third eye open. Things aren't always what they seem. Sometimes the people who you think are the abusers, the narcs, are actually the earth angels, and the ones who you think are victims are devils. Let me tell you that. Sila. So I just want to encourage you guys to just meditate more, because even sometimes when I don't, I knew I wasn't going to be making many videos this transit or for these new transits. I just knew, I just sensed energetically that I would not. And I was doing some music mostly, and some and inspirational videos mostly. So I was on different assignments for spirit. But and I haven't even gotten around to sleeping that much. But I feel the energies of wanting to sleep a lot even during the daytime. And I haven't been given into those energies though. Funny enough, I've never felt so chill, laid back, and calm. I like a baby, like I want to sleep 24/7. But funny enough, I haven't been doing that. I kind of want to do that, really want to just put everything on hold and just fuck everything, blood clot, and just sleep 24/7. It's good for the mind, body, soul, and the spirit. Well, actually, I know it's good for me, so I don't know about somebody else, but you gotta know what's good for you. I need to rest, and I'm just gonna just stop doing so much. I've got so many assignments and so many spiritual assignments and passions also, and gifts and talents that I'm just trying to. I just feel like sometimes I don't have enough time. Like, I don't know how people, they can waste their time in gossip and waste their time in bossing at people, blood clot business. Like, I don't have time for that. Like, I don't even have enough time to do all my music and to start the tracks and stuff like that. And writing up the songs is the least. It's like I can write a song within a few minutes. I told you guys that already. Few minutes, even seconds. I know that's fucking not true. Maybe the chorus or the pre-chorus. Fuck is this? They're only 60 seconds in a minute. Well, seconds still 2 minutes. That's 120 seconds. That's still seconds. So I could write a song within seconds. But it's just the putting into recording and the editing of the song and stuff like that. I prefer to record my songs. I don't like the studio recordings here in Jamaica. I don't think they record how I want my voice to be recorded. So I prefer recording my own voice on my phone. I like the rawness of my voice. I like the autotunes. They are stuck on motherfucking autotune mode here in Jamaica. I don't do that shit. A lot of these Jamaican artists, they're stuck on autotune. You never really hear their authentic voices on a track unless it's like a reggae artists and stuff like that. And people like those, I should say. But yeah. What else did I want to say? Yeah, so I got that. Plus, I've been getting so many downloads in terms of giving people advice and guiding people, being a guide for people, a spirit guide and stuff like that. So I've been doing that. I haven't even been eating that much I haven't been eating that much. I haven't been, doing tarot that much, or channel. Well, I guess the messages that I've been transmuting on my motivational channel. I think that's also a part of channeling. So I'm not gonna say I haven't been channeling. I have been, but I haven't been doing tarot into readings to upload. That's what I mean. Upload. I haven't been uploading much tarot. I've been doing my own tarot readings for myself, but I haven't been uploading any. I have been channeling, through motivational videos, writing songs, recording songs, but I haven't been sleeping that much or eating that much. And I need to start doing the sleeping part more. I don't know about the eating part, because like we don't have to eat every day. Like, we're not gonna die if we go through 24 hours and not eat, right? So, and it's even better for the spirit to stop getting so dependent on motherfucking food, physical food. Like, there is the spiritual food, and that's way better. Like, we do to some extent need a physical food to keep this physical body, somewhat operational, but we don't need it where in which we gotta eat every hour for 24 hours. It's just ridiculous. I got up this morning and I didn't eat anything until this afternoon, and I still didn't eat much. I'm still nitpicking around the fucking food. Like, I'd be like thinking to myself, why the fuck did I even bother to prepare something? Like, I could have just continued it without eating anything. Like, I'm so sorry I even bothered. And it's just like, it's really nice, a really nice meal that I put together, but maybe because it's not vegetable-y, and maybe that's why I don't have that much appetite for meat again. My appetite is just leaving and moving away from the meat, and towards fruits and vegetables. And it's been coming in for some time now. It's not just now, it's been a while now, but it's really getting to me now. So yeah, I don't know, it was really unnecessary for me to cook. I feel like I'm moving towards that point where in which I'm gonna just be eating like 2-3 times for the week, and I'm gonna feel good. Just to keep this fucking 3D body operational. What the fuck did I say? So I feel like I'm getting there to that point where in which, like, cause I've experienced going like almost 3 days without with barely eating anything. I would just, like, in the afternoons or evenings, just nitpick at something, and then that's it until the next afternoon. And it's like nothing. It's just like I feel super energized. It's like nothing's missing. I don't miss the food, especially the heavy food and stuff like that. And that's good. That's good. That's a good place to get to, because life is so much more than meat and drinks and stuff like that. When you're living a life in which you feel like food is everything, that's a very sad motherfucking life. Let me just tell you that. That means your life is void and empty, and you're using food to fill it up. I'm just saying, it's the truth. Yeah, I just sip on some water. Yeah, it's simply telling me that your life is so empty and sad that you're using food to fill it up. And that's, I'm not going to touch on that because I don't want to offend people, but it is what it is. Like, we don't gotta have hungry people or homeless people in the world. It's just that some people are at that low vibration, in which they are worried and fearful of lack, And so they're scraping. I don't have to say scraping more than they need. Because once I use the word scraping, then you know they're taking more than they need. Because that's a form of desperation. Hanging on or grabbing for dear life, or fearful of, not having enough for life. So scraping is just is bad enough on its own. I have to expound upon that or add onto that. So you got people scraping, and then they're scraping, and there are people out there who are lacking, because there are people, there are scrapers around, and so many of them, and they're scraping and scraping for themselves, and they don't care about their neighbors. They don't care about the next woman, the next man. They don't care. They're just like scraping, and that's because they're afraid and fearful that they won't have enough for tomorrow. They'll lose this or they'll lose that. They won't have enough this or enough that. And a lot of times, you'll find that they get wasted. The food or the land or the house or whatever it is that they're scraping gets wasted. And then some of these people, they pollute themselves with some of these stuff. Like, literally, food can spoil your body. Food can spoil your body. And I want to talk about dietary and your 3D form, because your 3D form is a hologram. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about that in a series, like, not on this. It's not befitting for this channel, on one of my other platforms. Because, like, a lot of times people hold on to, toxic energies. It actually affects their physical form. And for some people, it affects them in the sense of them putting on a lot of weight and, becoming obese and stuff like that. And it's the truth. Naturally, there are people who are larger than some. But obesity, I feel like that's on a whole different scale, a different level. That's something that's a call for concern. But it happens when you don't have to eat a lot to become obese. It's just you holding on to a lot of toxic energies. And Spirit has revealed that to me. A part of being a shamanic priestess or a shaman is being like a nomad. And this age of Aquarius is very nomadic, because you have a lot of people. It's nomadic in a very electronic kind of sense, technological kind of sense, because you have a lot of people living in their vehicles. Now they're living in different parishes, in short periods of time. And it's like a lot of people are leaving that Capricorn frequency of being bound to a set location, or their homes being in a set location. Now their homes are like vans, buses, cars, and stuff like that. And Aquarius is the nomad, the shaman, the shamanic priestess. And a part of being a shaman or shamanic priestess is detaching from that Capricorn frequency. And naturally, people who are born shamans or shamanic priestesses, because you don't become a shaman or a shamanic priestess, you're born one. You naturally, as you grow and get older, you become more of who you are. If you're a liar, you become more of a fucking liar. If you're a shamanic priestess, you become more of a shamanic priestess. And you just start detaching from, bondage, that Capricorn frequency, possessions and vanity, that's Capricorn. And life experiences will also synchronize with you ascending, which is a part of me detaching from food, is a part of me ascending, detaching from stable housing, that's a part of it too. Just detaching. It's just a life of detachment, just detaching from everything, not being bound to anything, not even your children, not even a lover. Not that we don't have relationships or we don't engage in intercourse, we do, but we're not bound to connections. We're not bound to anything, because to be bound to anything is that devil frequency, and that gives rise to toxicity. Okay, so we gotta just spiritually and physically detach and be detached and move. So things will happen, like things have been happening in my life that has caused me to be really detached. And some people have done, heinous things to me, especially in regards to my sons. I have two wonderful sons, and, past, love connections. But it was all for my own good. That wasn't their intentions, but that's what Spirit intended. And so Spirit allowed them in their heinousness to, seemingly prevail, so that I would fall into, or, fall in line with my, destiny. And though I'm not Christian, I like to take from a lot of the, I see a lot of the scriptures as proverbs, wise sayings. What the enemy meant for evil, God allowed for good. So they meant, because they know I care about my sons, and they wanted to take from me everything that I love and care about. My lovers, my sons, because I don't have friends. I never desired friends. I'm very closed. I'm a closed person. I don't spread my energies then. But the people who I cared most about, they tried to take away from me. And Spirit allowed that. And you have to be able to understand why Spirit allows certain things to happen. You have to see the greater good. And be so, I'm, as introspective as I am, I was able to perceive why certain things happened. It wasn't because Spirit wasn't real or Spirit didn't love me. Spirit is real, and Spirit does favor me. Spirit loves me, and not only loves me, but favors me greatly. And that's why it happened. And so, however you have to fall, in line with your destiny, that's how you will. It is what it is. Some people, they had to fall in line in much harsher ways, but I'm glad I realized and accepted. It is what it is. I always wanted to be a mother, and to live with my children for until they become men and they go off on their own, because I'm not the type of mama who's gonna want be clingy and oh, I want you to live here, I want you and your girlfriends to live here. No, go off and travel and live your life. That's how I perceive life. Nobody's bound to anyone, not even their parents or whoever. But Spirit didn't intend for that to happen. And a lot of times you're gonna realize that what you really, really wanted is it's just not for you. And that's where now you gotta really decide if you're gonna allow yourself to be disciplined, to accept what is your destiny in said lifetime, or you're gonna rebel, which is good to rebel sometimes, but rebelling against what you were born to do makes no fucking sense. It's a waste of your time and energies, okay? Because That's just gonna be stagnation. Yeah, you're just not gonna go anywhere. You're gonna go nowhere fast. So I wouldn't advise anyone to do that. Just don't fucking do that. Okay, that's why I said earlier, everything is everything. You see how we're getting back to the beginning, and the beginning goes to the end, and the end comes back to the beginning. After every ending is a beginning. At every ending there is a beginning. Okay, the world is a cycle. I was just listening to Richie Spice's song. He's a Jamaican reggae artist. The world is a cycle. Very powerful song. I would advise you to listen to that. Richie Spice. I might type his name below this video. Richie Spice. The world is a cycle. I might find the video and put the link to it below. Powerful song. So, like I was saying, self-awareness is very important. Introspection is very important. Self-realization is very important. It's very important for you to find yourself. Okay, and in finding yourself, you will also find your purpose. When you find your purpose, you will discover your path. Walk that path. Don't run away like Jonah. Okay, because you're gonna end up being swallowed by a huge motherfucking whale and shit like that. You know, big fish or whatever the fuck it is. You know, and that's stagnation. That's what that is. So I'm gonna leave that there. So John, I touched on Johnny Depp and stuff. You know, in life, you know, innocence, that frequency of innocence, it's not constant. It doesn't belong to just one race. It doesn't belong to just one sex or one energy, one set of energy, or one geographical location or one person. It belongs to anybody and everyone who chooses that frequency. And that narcissistic energy is the same. Frequencies and energies, they move. They're not stagnant, okay? People choose stagnation. Energies, they're not stagnant. People, when stagnation manifests, is that people, they try to hold on to certain energies. No. We're supposed to move from energy to energy. Transmute. Transform. Transition. Now, when people try to hold on to energies, they create stagnation. Okay? But innocence doesn't belong to just one person or one group, one collective, one geographical location, one race, one ethnic group, one profession. Cops are toxic, just the same, and narcissistic and fucking wicked. Okay? So, you feel me? You got good, quote unquote, criminals. Now, that sounds like a contradiction, but hey, there's Robin Hood. Okay? So, don't be thinking every woman who's like crying domestic violence is actually a victim of domestic violence. That's not true. Some are cold, manipulative, narcissistic, nasty, polluted, wicked ass bitches. And Amber Heard is one in this case. And case closed. Namaste.